Hello, welcome back to Respect is Growing. My name is Vanessa, or welcome if you're new. It's always nice to see a new face. As you can see, today we are in Liam's bedroom, which used to be way back our dining room, if you can believe it. We decided to switch things around, and because babies are not in their crib right away because they're in a bassinet, we decided to keep our guest bedroom for what it was, and then we converted this to Liam's bedroom. Now, the real reason why I'm standing in Liam's bedroom, however, is to talk about saving money when it comes to having a baby. Because it's no surprise that you're gonna have all these unforeseen costs as the time approaches for baby to arrive. Either you're watching this because you're planning to have a family, or you already have a family and you're just trying to save costs however you can. This is always a good tip. We buy secondhand whenever possible. So that comes with furniture purchases, anything we might need for outside in the house on our property, and baby clothes. Yes, you heard me right. I said baby clothes. I know we live in the time of fear, especially with our recent events within the last 2 years, COVID. I'm talking about COVID. But if you're careful with who you buy from, one, and you wash your clothes in very hot water the first time, even if you get clean clothes, just wash them on your own once in that extra hot water setting, and you're fine. There's absolutely nothing to be worried about. So we have bought twice 2 big lots of clothes from a variety of people, like specifically people who they seem to be done having kids. They are selling large amounts. We prefer Facebook Marketplace to try and find these clothes, but there used to be this app, it was called Let Go, and we were very sad to see that one disappear for Canadians. However, Facebook Marketplace is a good secondary option, and there could be some more because this is a growing trend. People are trying to save money. It's just that simple. Everything you're seeing here has been purchased secondhand with between the cost of $80 to $100. Obviously, goes without saying, the amount of clothes you're seeing would have cost a lot more out of a full retail price. Once everything was washed after we brought it home and, like I said, did that warm water wash and dried again, we then began the job of sorting all these clothes by size, because we were getting a range. We had things that he can wear at 6 months up until 2 years, just to try and get ahead of things. Some of the clothes, after being organized, live underneath Liam's crib because this is often underutilized space. We actually have 3 of these bins underneath here. As you can see, we also went ahead and labeled everything as he grows and we need to transition his clothes in the drawers. Today, Liam is 15 months old, and a lot of the clothes that we have in his drawer currently are just too small for him, or they're not long enough specifically. He seems to be very long, especially in the legs, and he just needs more room. Currently, he's wearing about 18 months, 12 to 18 months. Baby's clothes are kind of weird, so you have to just go according to what your baby needs. Also, of course, it goes without saying, it depends on the size of your baby. Maybe you can get away with clothes longer because you have a smaller size baby, or the opposite, maybe you're out of clothes really fast. As I mentioned, these are only some of the clothes we have for Liam because we did buy quite a bit, and those are hiding currently in our self-made storage bed, which, if you're interested, we have both 2 videos on, one on my channel and another on my husband's, which is called Cooking with Ronald. He has a DIY section as well as his cooking videos, which are truly delicious. And you will see the behind the scenes on his channel and the organizing on mine. Let's start sorting. based on that size. Yeah, these ones are not going to fit here.
This now different top.
Almost, it's probably like this whole bin.
Yeah, most of them I think that's the bin weight is going to be 1 also. This is 6.
6 to 12. Oh, this was the outfit you got from work. It is.
6 to 9. Yeah.
Do you remember this one?
Yeah, is another one you. Oh yeah, this is when she actually did a surprise for me to.
Yeah.
It's another story to get into sometime, but she lied to me, so I'm like, did you take the test? Like,
so okay, he's not telling the whole story. We thought I was pregnant, but I was waiting to take the test, so I was delaying that. And the whole time I had bought this one already because I knew I wanted to leave it out with the positive pregnancy test. And the morning of I had taken it, it said positive, I knew and everything, and so I had this plan, okay, when he got up to get ready for work, I'm gonna put it out, da da da. Anyways, he asked me, because I had gotten up to go to the washroom and I came back, he said, oh, did you take the test? And I said, no, because I lied.
yeah, she's going to hell for that, first of all.
Anyways, and then I did what I wanted, so as soon as he got up, I put it out, and then he came back and he saw it right away.
Yeah, I was on the bed when I came back. So I see something on the bed, I'm like, and she's like,
I pretended I was asleep.
Yeah.
I pretended I was asleep.
She pretended she was asleep and I'm like, what is this? I'm like, oh. Yeah.
So this is a nice memory, but he can actually fit it now.
Yeah,
I bought this at Chapters, and you know how they have the like on sale baby clothes? Because I always had this idea. And anyways, it's going to be fun to see him in this. One thing that just creeped up here that I do want to show you. Be prepared to get doubles, especially if you're buying from more than one person in the same size range. So we have this really wonderful dinosaur hoodie, right? And we have this really wonderful dinosaur hoodie. And that's not the only double we have. It's really not the end of the world, however. But we have this one, Trey Cool, in 18 to 24 months, and we also have Trey Cool in 12 to 18 months. So if it's a style he really likes or we really like on him, then we have a good range. Like I said, not the end of the world. Your baby still has clothes. And one other thing, which is sort of funny too, is that you can get things like this that say world's best brother, but obviously we don't have a second child yet, so you can, it's a choice. You can put your baby in this if you want, or you can put it off to the side.
On the other hand, the ones which are doubles, I think they mean something. I think it means we're going to have more than one child.
No, let's not put that out in the universe, please.
That's correct. Here, just one or two here, but all these here and there,
Okay.
these are the shirts.
That's maybe he won't wear the others just as much. All of these clothes in this bin, so we'll just save it for the next baby. That is the one upside. Once you've had your first child, if you're of course having multiples, it's a one-time expense because you just store the clothes for later, and you still saved yourself money because you bought them secondhand in the first place. This particular bin, it's all things that are still too big for him, so we're gonna put that first at the end of the crib so we know to pull from here next time. Although honestly, we probably won't have to do this for a while. as you can see, in this room we have multiple ways to store his clothes. We have a taller dresser, which used to live in our guest room. We just switched it out with something else a while back. This is now for Liam. And then we also have where we change him, what you saw before, and where the other drawers go. It's not full. In fact, like, these are all empty. But this drawer, you're seeing all his warmer zippers or pullover sweaters. And we'll probably add to this as we go, but this is quite a bit just for a little boy, so I think we'll be fine. In this drawer, just right under the sweaters, we have the overflow of shorts, which he won't wear out now that the weather's getting cold, but he will probably every now and then in the house. He happens to be a warm baby, so he needs to breathe a little bit. On this side, where we not only change Liam, but we use this for extra storage. This drawer holds all his diaper changing needs. So about 50% of the time he's cloth diapered, so that's what holds this. We also have disposables. It just depends on what we're up to that day. And of course, like cornstarch. Every now and then we use Vaseline. Not too common, mostly cornstarch for him. Second drawer. In terms of clothes, this gets the most use because we're changing him often. Everything you saw in the bin, we have now organized into the proper drawers. This is the result of that. And this side here are onesies for him, and these are shirts. He's 15 months now, so he's starting to wear more shirts, but I still mostly prefer him in onesies. He's just very active. And we also have some socks in here for him. These are all his pants. We have denims all the way to just comfy pants to have around the house, which, given that it's starting to get cold, most of the time he's in this side, not so much that side, but it's okay, it's good to have a range. Final drawer, we have his receiving blankets and also towels for his baths. We do have one blanket, or that was a gift from my cousin in here. Aside from that, like, we still do use these, but not nearly as often as we used to, just because he's older. That's this dresser, which we also got secondhand for no cost. So yet again, that's another way to save money. Our neighbor who happened to be moving, thank you Violet, had this, and we simply repainted it. I shouldn't say we though, Ronald repainted this.
It's called the royal we in this family.
My mom has this saying where it's the royal we, so if she's there and my dad's doing something, we did it. So that's what Ronald's saying. We painted this dresser. And I chose this sort of charcoaly gray because I wanted it to sort of pick up what's in the curtain we have in the room as well. Well, thank you so much for joining me today in this sort of clothing rotation of Liam. I mean, he's 15 months now, which is actually very hard to believe. Time really does go fast when you have a baby. And frankly, he just needs the change because things need to fit him properly. So this is how we transformed this into that. Please consider a like, share, and subscribe. And of course, share this with anybody you know might be having a baby soon or already has children. I mean, at the end of the day, everybody wants to save money, so we can all share these little tips with each other.